Rachel McLean.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and may I express my thanks and say what a pleasure it is to follow all honourable members on all sides of the House who express their passion and commitment to their constituencies. And can I say, as a new member to this House, only been here for a few weeks, I want to express my thanks for the kindness and the advice that everyone has shown me, members on both sides, all sides of the House, and particularly the staff in the lobbies and elsewhere. Every time I go out there and look a bit lost, someone will come to my aid and direct me to the tea room. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. So before we go on our adjournment, I know that maybe some members will be thinking about deck chairs and warm Prosecco, but possibly not for me. In Redditch, my constituents will not be, those pleasures will have to wait, because in Redditch my constituents are working. Due to the record low levels of unemployment we see in this country. Now at a 42-year low, that means people in Redditch are working hard. And so can I start by paying tribute to our fantastic entrepreneurs in Redditch. I've made it my priority to back small businesses. I visited two already, Ubitech and Heartbeat, in my constituency, and they are creating jobs at a record rate, and I welcome this. And we've seen unemployment in Redditch falling to a low of 2.1%. That's lower than the national average. That is fantastic news for all the residents who are taking advantage of opportunities to progress themselves and fulfil their potential. But I want to go further. I want to help everybody in Redditch who wants to get on in life. So I'm going to be launching my Redditch Mentor scheme over the summer break in the recess period. And this is going to be an opportunity for local entrepreneurs to work together with young people in schools and colleges to further their skills and raise their aspirations. And I'm pleased that I've already had some support from some local businesses there. So to move on to the barriers that sometimes face young people in getting on in life, and this is something that we all need to do more on. We've talked a lot about mental health in this House, and I support and applaud those efforts, but we know we need to do more on the ground. And I am also making it a focus to visit the wonderful organisations in Redditch that work so hard to help the vulnerable people in our communities, notably the Where Next charity that works with young people and older members of society with learning disabilities, the Victim Support Group, the Boys to Men charity and the Sandycroft Centre. And I think that they are doing some fantastic work on the ground, and I look forward to helping them join those efforts together to see all the people in our society taking advantage of the opportunities on offer. So we have seen our economy creating jobs at a record rate, and we have seen what happens when the economy doesn't work for everybody. We've seen youth unemployment across the rest of Europe spiral out of control, and that's blighting lives. So I do welcome the work that our government has done on keeping youth unemployment down, which helps all young people get a good start in life. And I want to raise also in my speech an issue that some of my other colleagues have touched on, and that's the issue of the fake news that sometimes has blighted our election campaigns. I think it was the Honourable Member for Rochford and Southend East who also alluded to this point. In my election campaign, we struggled with a campaign about saving the Alex, our local hospital. In truth, the Alex has never needed saving. The Alex is a fantastic hospital, and this was a very difficult issue for us to tackle in the election campaign. And I would like to call on everybody to stop using the National Health Service as a means to gather votes, because it doesn't actually help the hard-working doctors and nurses who are the people who have to deliver the health services for patients in Redditch. It doesn't help them tackle the issues that they are tackling admirably. And can I also thank the Secretary of State for Health, Jeremy Hunt, and the rest of his department, who yesterday made an announcement that will support our health services in Redditch and across Worcestershire. They announced yesterday an investment of £29 million that will go to our hospital in Redditch to help it put forward and deliver the results of the consultation that the CCG have decided on. Now, I, like many others, were not happy with that consultation. It really went against the wishes of Redditch people, but that consultation had continued for 5 years, and there was so much uncertainty hanging over the people of Redditch that I think now we need to move on. We need to see these new services, the investment delivered into our hospitals, and that will ultimately see better care and better treatments for people in Redditch. And one final point I would like to address in my speech is I would just like to say to all the EU citizens who are working in our National Health Services, specifically in Redditch, you are welcome here, and we value the work that you do in treating our citizens in Redditch. We know you'll be able to stay in this country after we leave the EU. We want you to feel welcome. We know that there's only 5% of NHS workers are from the EU, but you make up a very significant percentage. So thank you for all the work that you do. And may I finish by wishing everybody a very peaceful recess.